Hey everyone, alright, so in this video, I need your help down in the comments. To all of my fellow Jedi and Sith friends down here watching right now who are either doctors or specialize in anatomy and diseases, because while I know Star Wars decently, I'm definitely not a doctor. In the visual dictionary, we get some info on Snoke, as I've made plenty of videos on before. However, something I haven't gone into detail about are the scars and deformities, which are labeled on the image. Now for this video, Google will be my friend, so let's try to dissect just exactly what is going on here. Snoke's head. The massive break in his forehead, healed over by tons of scar tissue, or so it seems, is labeled here as a hypertrophic scar channel. Now, a hypertrophic scar is a cutaneous, which means skin, condition characterized by deposits of excessive amounts of collagen, which gives rise to a raised scar, but not to the degree observed with keloids. Like keloids, they form most often, now get this, at the sites of cuts and burns. Now, I'm not trying to start anything or any rumors here, but force lightning would cause a massive cut and burn. Then again, so would so many other things, such as a lightsaber or even a blaster. Let's move on, shall we? The deformed part of his face just under his left eye and cheekbone looks as if the bone itself grew misshapen. The guide labels it as misshapen face from malformed zygoma. Now, this is where I'm going to need some of your help. Malformed zygoma, or just zygoma, is underdevelopment of the zygomatic bone. The zygomatic bone are these two areas here, as highlighted in the image. Basically, the cheeks get a sunken appearance. The external ear is sometimes small, rotated, malformed, or absent entirely. Let's check out his ear, shall we? Yep, not looking too good, are they? Definitely malformed. Now, if the scar on his head was from a massive cut or burn to create that hypertrophic scar channel, then what is the massive underdevelopment of his bone from? He was either born with that or developed it later on in life. And what's with all the missing flesh from his cheek? It's almost as if he has a flesh-eating disease, or as if something has been burned away. Now, my theory still stands. I believe Snoke is a dark side user who feeds on the life force of those around him to gain strength. We also know from images that his spine is massively curved, most likely suffering from congenital scoliosis, which is a lateral curvature of the spine, usually caused from birth as a defect, however, not always evident in life until later. So while I'm presenting everything that we are given for his injuries, at least thus far in the game, what has caused all of these injuries? Now, that's an answer I can't give you because I don't know, and I don't think we will know until 2 years passes and episode 9 comes out. I have two theories, and they might be way off, or they could hold true once we find out. 1. Snoke is the Prime Jedi. His balance of the light and dark led him to eventually turn full to the dark side while using some of the light as well. This caused a break in his center, shifting the light out of him and finding itself in Rey. That's how she's become so powerful. 2. He has been using the dark side for so many years that it's completely destroyed his physical vessel, which is why he wanted Kylo to destroy it. Assuming he was physically there, of course. Something else I'd like to point out about the film is that if you remember, spoilers, when Snoke was cut into different pieces, or in other words in half, his left hand with the obsidian ring from the catacombs of Vader's castle, inscribed with the Dwarti, was still laying on the throne, completely untouched and unmoved. So, what do you guys all think about this? I read as much from the medical forums regarding the diseases as I could, and condensed it as much as I can for all of you. If some of you are knowledgeable on Snoke's injuries, by all means post for everyone and myself below to learn more. Now, what I find interesting about many of his injuries here are that they're not really injuries. He's born with most of these conditions, except for the scar on his head, of course. There's so many questions I still have about Snoke, and I hope they'll be answered. Perhaps that's what the new trilogy is going to be about. Snoke's homeworld, or species like him. Well, I tried to do as much research as I could for this video, and I hope that it proved to be somewhat entertaining or informative. Thank you for watching today's episode of Star Wars Theory, everyone. Until the next episode, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you always.